Hello, beautiful soul. So today I want to talk to you about the root chakra and the reason why this root chakra is so important. I know a lot of people concentrate on the third and the crown chakra because it's much more mystical. But there is a pretty amazing reason to focus on the root chakra. As we all know, the root chakra is about survival, but it's really more than that. So I want to spend some time doing an overview of the root chakra and the things that we need to pay attention to when we are going through the healing process, because sometimes a lot of those things are so pushed to the back that we don't see them anymore because we dissociate from them. So we are going to do an overview of the root chakra, its importance, the things that you can pay attention to within your body, the emotions that you may be experiencing if this chakra is compromised. And the root chakra is very much obviously about, do you choose to be here? Do you want to be here? In this new earth, from the transition from 3D to 5D, there is a lot of people that are going through the dark night of the soul, and a lot of people that are considering or believing that this is not home, that they want to go home, they want to go to somewhere else. Basically, they want to check out. That's what it means. So the root chakra is very compromised during the dark night of the soul. But for many of us that have dealt with childhood traumas, the root chakra has been compromised always. So healing the root chakra is super important, because without the lower chakras being properly balanced, healed, released, aligned, we cannot really tap into the higher chakras and their full potential. So anyway, so a lot of people see the root chakra as survival, but it's also the willpower and sexuality. And it also is about wanting to be here, to explore life, to overcome challenges, to fight to be here now, to choose to be here now, to develop loving relationships, to develop relationships that are healthy with proper boundaries, relationships that make you feel connected to others. As we all know, we are the sum of the relationships that we have, that we experience with others, that emotions and feelings that we have towards one another. So if the root chakra is compromised, you might not be able to see the light in others. Can you feel and see the divinity and the light in everyone? What can you learn from others? How do others trigger you? Do you see yourself reflected in others and others reflected in you? Do you understand at a deep level who you are? And these are the questions that come with the root chakra. If the root chakra is compromised, you may feel a lot of bone pain, a lot of stress, low vitality, extreme fatigue. You might feel a lot of serious hopelessness, deep wounds that you haven't been able to address before, feeling dissociated because it's too painful to feel what you used to feel when you were going through those traumas. So dissociation is a big one for compromised root chakra. When it comes to the interactions that we have with other, this life is about experiencing relationships with one another. We cannot go through this life without having a connection with other, whether it is parents, siblings, neighbors, teachers, and so on. So community members. When it comes to the physical symptoms that we may experience, if the root chakra is compromised, you could be looking at things that are related to the blood, to the spine, in a way the blood, because it is very tight connection to the ancestors. So in the blood and the bone structure comes with a lot of DNA and a lot of information from the ancestors. The pelvic plexus, the feet, legs, and anus, so in the large intestine. So you have a lot of part of your body that are directly connected to the root chakra. So let me start with the spinal cord. And the spinal cord, when we have a compromised root chakra, we may experience a lot of accidents, back of the neck issues, dissociation from traumas and experiences, herpes, skeletal system problems, disc that are compromised, broken, damage in your back. You may experience a lot of feelings of restriction, feelings of being trapped, feeling stuck, dominated, hopelessness, feelings of unfairness, injustice, feeling of, did I say that right? Well, you know what I mean. Not feeling like things are just for you. Feelings that things are compromised, that if you compromise, you will be disappointed. Feeling of being taken advantage of, being abused, being controlled. Sometimes also feeling of success. What is the fear if you succeed? So you have to analyze that. Feelings that you're not supported by family or friends or partners. Feelings of unworthiness, lack of clarity, inner strength, right? Feeling that there is an inner strength, but basically feeling stubborn can be a way to unconsciously self-sabotage, which leads to feeling of unworthiness, because basically self-sabotage is about unworthiness. So as a child, you perhaps felt alone, lonely, unprotected. Maybe you had to grow up really fast because of the situation at home. Maybe you had a specific experience where you felt powerless, when you felt that you were on your own and therefore you had to overcome so much so quickly, so that you actually become proud of it, because that pride protects you from feeling the other things. So also setting up proper boundaries may be a challenge for you if the root chakra is compromised. What else? Feeling humiliated by others, perhaps. Maybe your parents or people, partners, used you to make jokes that were not healthy and remove energy from you, took energy from you unwillingly, without your permission. So being joked at can be also a sign that the root chakra is compromised, because energy was taken from you without your permission. Energy that makes you feel unsafe, because therefore others laugh at you. What else? Also, another one is that sometimes parents can be very overprotected. And when they're overprotected, that also can lead to a root chakra that it could be compromised, meaning that it's no balance. So when you really look at the situation, what we're looking at is perhaps things are not, perhaps you want things that you cannot get, that you cannot manifest. Feeling like you're an easy target, like sometimes it can feel like you're an easy target if that root chakra is compromised. Feeling like you cannot be your true identity, feeling like there is a lot of fatigue, extreme fatigue, like you're carrying a big burden, and that causes bone issues, joint inflammation issues, and so on. Again, the feeling of worthiness, not feeling value, unworthy, feeling like there is limited self-worth. Sometimes also, if you don't have a lot of compassion for others, that's because you're so dissociated from your emotions that you cannot tap into the emotions of others. So another way is perhaps if you're feeling like you have to lower your light, hide your light, because if you allow your light to shine, you can overpower other people that are authority figures. So this is especially true for those that are in their spiritual journey and they have godparents, and therefore they have to diminish their light in order not to offend godparents. And perhaps there is something related to a past life where if I shine my light, this is what happened. Therefore, unconsciously you do this, or consciously, because you're afraid of what happened if you show your true light, and then people might be jealous, and perhaps there are betrayal in a past life. Also with business partners, you could be also dealing with issues with business partners because you cannot be your true self. Maybe they don't understand you. Maybe there is also a fear of moving forward in life because of the unexpected, what happens if. So basically you might be afraid of change. Also, for a lot of people that have a compromised root chakra, they have a perception that the environment, the community, the planet is in bad shape. They tend to have a negative outlook at what is happening in this planet instead of tapping into the positive things that are happening. So they're not trusting life, really. They're not trusting that everything is going to be okay. Let's see, the suppressed feelings maybe replaying over and over. Again, there is a feeling of anger, hopelessness, helplessness, frustration, feeling that perhaps if you do a womb regression, you might find out that you didn't want to come out when you were in the womb because you knew that this place was going to be a hard one, that this was going to be a challenging life. You might have had a C-section because they had to take you out because you didn't want to come out. So that with the C-section, when they take you out, there is that feeling of powerless. Someone else has control over me. So you might be carrying a lot of that from even the womb up until this moment, including past lives. There is a lot of feelings of regret, feeling of hurt, feeling of guilt. There is a lot of questions about, do you feel oversensitive about what others say or do, or dissociated? Because if that's the case, there is definitely issues with the root chakra. So I just wanted to give you a quick overview of potentially some of the issues that, and there are many more, but from this list, you can see how easily it is to spend a few sessions just dealing with the root chakra to bring it back to balance, to heal it, to release wounds, a lot of prenatal wounds, past lives, and childhood wounds, and potentially relationship wounds that needs to be healed. So really this chakra comes with a lot of baggage. And if it's not well aligned, that energy that sits at the base of the spine cannot move up so that you can go through Kundalini awakenings and experiences. So it really is a major chakra. I wanted to spend some time going over it. In the next video, I am going to focus on the next chakra, that is going to be the sacral chakra. And we're going to take a deeper dive, just like we did in this video, so that we can learn more about this. Because the root chakra is the physical body that composes you here for this incarnation, it comes with a lot of ancestral baggage. So a lot of the belief and personalities that are programming to you from small childhood and prenatal comes because of the ancestral baggage as well. So there is a lot that needs to be worked through just with this root chakra. So you can see how easily it can take several sessions to help release, balance, align, and activate this chakra. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you.